Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man Cinema Sit Down. I'm at a theater I haven't done a video in front of before, and it's been a while since I've been to the movies, but I found one that I wanted to see today. We are outside of the Majestic, which is now an AMC theater, formerly a Bowtie theater here in Stamford. You've seen the other AMC theater here that was also a Bowtie at one point. But this was the one that had the movie that I was looking for. And this was a movie that I was vaguely intrigued by. I'd seen a trailer at the movies, had Justin Long in it, Bill Skarsgard, who I'm pretty big fans of, Georgina Campbell, not as familiar with, but in the trailer, everything looked pretty dope. And it's basically, you know, two people book the same place on two different apps and both get the house on the same weekend. And it's set in a rough neighborhood in Detroit. And it sets itself up for lots of thrills and twists and turns that I didn't necessarily see coming. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We're fresh out the theater. I'm just starting my walk home. But we just saw Barbarian. And I got to tell you, man, I really dug this movie. Anytime I'm looking into a thriller or a horror, there are several things that I look for. One, you want it to be scary. And I tell you, not all the time when I come out of theaters after a horror movie, especially recent ones where I've necessarily been like scared, tension high, sure, thrills, yeah, absolutely, but it's been a while since I was like straight up scared. And there's a moment about, I won't even say when, but the first like scare moment for me, I'm in the theater by myself. You got them reclined chairs. I literally pulled my knees up into my chest. I freaked out pretty hard, and the scares in this movie are fantastic. Now, like I said, the less you know, I think the better, because I didn't really know anything about Barbarian. Like I said, I'd seen a teaser trailer. I knew Justin Long and Skarsgard were in it, and that's all I was here for. And just off the things I saw in the trailer, the things that I thought maybe about the movie, being a bit of a horror pro, none of it made me ready for how this movie plays out. And that's the thing that I love, right? Like, this movie might not work for everybody, specifically the ending, but I always gotta give props to a movie that can scare you in the horror realm, keep you on the edge of your seat, and intrigue you. I was intrigued with the storyline and the performances the whole time, and not knowing what's coming, and the way that the camera is utilized. Let me pull this up here. Our writer and director, Zach Cregger, man, did that guy do a hell of a job. I really like where he positions the camera at different times in this movie. He really knows how to make the camera bring the tension and the scares to you. Same with lighting, production design. The house is dope. I won't say nothing about the house, but the house itself is dope. And how Cregger uses all of that stuff to his advantage. With a score that kicks in only when it needs to. There's a lot of natural sound or lack thereof. And they kick it in the right places, and everything from the production end amplifies this up. And then when you talk about performances, I'm a big fan of Justin Long. It's been a while since I've seen him in anything, but I thought he was great here. Played his character pitch perfect. There's some really interesting storyline things going on with his character, and while I don't necessarily know if all of it hits cleanly, I really appreciate a lot of what Cregger does in the movie around Long's character, AJ. But Long knocks it out of the ballpark. Bill Skarsgard, I love this guy. It's like nothing, this guy can't do anything wrong, in my opinion, especially in the world of horror. And here he's pitch perfect. Exactly the way that Cregger wants you to feel about this character is exactly how you feel. And Skarsgard does a great job of playing it in a way where you could break multiple ways on his character, Keith. And I really, really enjoyed him. But the standout in this one is Georgina Campbell. She is an absolute knockout this whole movie. She comes in with real legitimate, like, I don't know, man, just the way that she delivers. There's a red light that might be green. I don't know. There's a lot going on inside. Very, very rare you see 4 red lights. But Georgina Campbell's excellent. From her fear to her curiosity to her uneasiness. She really has a lot to take on in this movie, more than the other two guys. And she really, really does it quite well. I can't say enough good things about Georgina Campbell. I've really enjoyed her performance. I think her character is really interesting. And the more and more you go down the rabbit hole of this movie with her, the more and more interesting she gets. And again, as a character, much like AJ, who has a lot of interesting things going on the writing side of things. And I think, again, much like Long, there are elements of it down the end that I don't know land perfectly, but raise some really interesting questions and conversations, especially when you include what's going on with Justin Long's character. And that's probably the only spot where I could be like, on this movie. The third act isn't gonna land for everybody. I happen to enjoy it. There are definitely things I question, but like I said, it plays into certain characters quite well. And just personally being scared the whole movie, including the end of the movie in the third act, like the scare stuff is great. And like I said, like the tension and the intrigue of the story, it really keeps you guessing, and it continually just pulls you in every time you might think you might be out. So I really dug Barbarian, but I could see some of the concepts that they're going for because they don't quite land like perfectly. Maybe not hitting for everybody in the third act, but if you're looking for scary, if you're looking for tension, really good performances, and a nice eye behind the camera with an interesting story, Barbarian's definitely worth the watch. Let's get the Sea Maniacs up. Like I said, performance-wise, Georgina Campbell, huge standout, wins the movie. Bill Skarsgard, Justin Long, absolutely excellent. Already forgetting names. Zach Cregger, writer and director here, really enjoyed what he was doing from the story standpoint. He does some really interesting things. Doesn't land perfectly, but what he's exploring and how he's utilizing the medium of this movie, I think worked really well. The movie scares, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. And I like the style. I like pretty much everything about this. So I'm going 4 out of 5 Sea Maniacs. This was really strong. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not gonna land for everybody, but I think most horror fans should be able to enjoy this movie quite a bit because it scares, keeps you engaged, and gives really good performances. And that's all I never asked for. You give me a little intrigue on the story and good camera work and just keep everything interesting. I was second guessing myself and what was happening and things, and all of it felt purposeful. And when that all comes together, you end up with a good movie. So 4 out of 5 for me. That's it. I'm not gonna say anything else because I don't want you to know anything. Yeah, go in here with the less you know about Barbarian, the better. So here we go, man. It's your turn. What are you guys thinking? Have you gone out and seen Barbarian yet? Are you a fan of Justin Long, Bill Skarsgard, Georgina Campbell? If you haven't seen the movie, have I intrigued you? Are you enticed? Might you check this one out? It's been a while, man, but it was fun getting back into an actual theater, talking to you guys a little bit more on the move than normal. But yeah, man, I just want to know what you guys are thinking. If this is a movie that you're interested in, if it's a movie that you've seen and you liked, or you disliked, anything you got, good, bad, indifferent. I'm Barbarian, down below in the comments section. Look forward to talking to you guys down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here. As I continue to go to the movies, I'm going to go see this movie with Blue Cats. I've only ever seen it on TV. I'm not a big fan. But I've heard if you see it in 3D, that might change my opinion. I might do that in the next 2 days. You want to be here to see my thoughts after a second time seeing this movie, but in the way you're supposed to see it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, hey, why don't you come join C-Maniac Nation? It's where you can do all those things. Jump over there, man. Join C-Maniac Nation by hitting that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. Until next time, for the C-Man Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
Oh, hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C-Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.